Hey everyone, welcome to Suspicious Pickle Gaming. Today we're going to look at Prison Architect. It came out in about 2015. Now listen guys, I used to have a full Paradox account. I took the game off my tablet, I put it back on, blah 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 blah. But it's not going to stop me from looking at the game. I really don't feel like doing the whole game over. So they wouldn't let me recover my big prisons. But here you have cutscenes and Polaroids from the main game. Here's your options menu. You've got your checkbox, 12-hour clock, sounds, autosaver, timer, language. You can enable gangs. This here, you can average, more, make stuff tougher for you, enable events, weather, blah, blah, blah. The credits, terms of service, privacy, customer support. Interestingly enough, Paradox only has like 3 games out on the Apple Store, and their customer service isn't looking great. So I don't know what their deal is. Maybe they're just a little slower. Anyways, you can buy the whole game, and then you can unlock all of these extra like scenarios. So you can play death row, so on. Build your own prison and do pre-made prisons. The build your own prison here, you can choose male or female. If you do the female, you got to actually have cribs. Then you've got varying types of wardens. Each one of them will give you a certain ability or whatever. Federal, that's actually your level of difficulty. So like counties, not so hard. Federal, Supermax makes it a really pain in the ass. Size of buildings, intakes, how much extra money you get, starting funds, prison sale. Now, this here, I had like 5 or 6 prisons, and one of my prison sales was like $5 million, which basically gave me pretty much unlimited funds when I started. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to do this. We're going to generate forests. That's fine. Generate lakes. Lakes, that's just body of water, random bodies of water where you can actually build. I don't really want to do that. We'll leave the failure conditions on, prison gangs, events, and then unlimited funds. So that all that'll do is just basically give you the full sandbox creative mode to build what you want. To build a super prison, it could take you 30, 40, 50 hours. Okay. And then we got pre-made prisons here. You know what? I'm going to go with Wings Prison here. And what you can do here is you can zoom it in, and you can see that here's the prison. You got people moving around. You've got a pre-built prison with guards, so on and so forth, $51,000 to start. But like, for example, here, camera's not connected, right? And then here, you've got something else going on here, probably a door issue. I'm not really sure what that's about. Anyways, and then here you can just see you actually have to build your laundry room. This is the grade of prisoner here, and then you can turn water off, turn water on. You've got obviously your kitchen, and so on and so forth. Then here you have your visitation area, and you've got workshops and all that fun stuff. So here you go, and this is just what it kind of looks like once you get it going. And what I'm going to go ahead and do here now is I'm going to do a new game. I'm going to build my own prison. I'm going to do, I don't know. I like the pacifier only because I'm tired of them always fighting. We'll go with custom difficulty, failure conditions. We'll leave that. I'm going to do the unlimited starting funds. I'm going to give myself 200,000 intake payments. We'll go ahead and do that. Give the name of the prison. We're going to call it the Big House. Yay. And so there we go. So here we go. We got the starting, right? And I've got 200,000, and there's my workers showing up with my delivery and area, right? First thing I always like to do when I build, when I do this here, because I personally like having something to start with pretty quick, I build a warden, and I get some stuff to get some research going. And we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, these don't really need power off the bat, but we're going to go ahead and get those guys going. Because what happens to happen is I'm going to need to hire a warden. So then you have to come in here, you pick your staff, right? I'm going to hire my warden and let him kind of wander around here. I personally, as soon as I get a couple offices, I'll take on the security chief, because now that I've opened this up, right? So you need to have a security chief in his office, you need to have maintenance and all these things. So we're just going to go ahead and confirm him. I personally like having the legal opened up, and I like having the finance opened up pretty quick, only because they generate some other stuff that you can get going. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to build our first building. And what we're going to go ahead and do, and we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to put an object in on it. And I'm only doing this to quickly demonstrate the door, and there we go. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and speed up time, and we're going to let things go right now. Cue Jeopardy music. Anyways, so you can do more stuff like that, right? So I'm actually going to build, one of the initial things you can do here is you take on grants, right? So you've got these things which you'll get bonus money for, right? So you have to build a holding cell, shower, yard, kitchen, build a canteen, hire 2 guards, and 2 cooks. So we're going to accept that grant, right? So what does that mean, right? So first thing we're going to have to do is build a holding center. All right. And the other thing I need to build, so I can get rid of some stuff, as an export. And all these things you can move around later on. All I'm doing right now is setting myself up to get the game going. And this doesn't take anything, so we'll just go ahead and put that right there for now. We're going to move that later. All right, and we can add on to everything later. You can change stuff. The beauty about this game is that as you build stuff, you can obviously destroy stuff. So it is a building sim game, and I really did enjoy this game. I will tell you this game has a ton of cheats out for it. A little difficult to access some of the cheats on the mobile versions, but on the PC tablets and blah, 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 it's actually quite easy, you know, as far as all that goes. It's, you know, I haven't seen anything that's that pretty crazy as far as building stuff that will make it so that you have to really work hard. And the game is challenging into itself because you really have to know your prisoners, right? So what we're going to do here, then we see here, and obviously I'm going to need some utilities. So what we're going to do is we are going to, I don't want to do that yet. We got to put in our electrical lines because we have to power the area, right? And we're going to power the area, put in some electrical lines, and then the other thing we need to lay out is our water pipe. And so we have to put water in, right? Because we're going to need to build a shower. So our little dudes are doing their thing. And then say you want to speed stuff up, right? So we're just going to hire a whole bunch of dudes. Okay. So we hired up a bunch of guys. All right. And so we're building along, right? So what's the grant say? Grant says, build a basic detention center, kitchen, canteen, hire 2 cooks, 2 guards, holding cell, shower, yard. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do quick build on all this stuff because quick build is just easier. And you know what? I'm going to put those guys, let's see here. We're going to make this a kind of a slightly outdoor. You know what? I'm going to put my kitchen over here. And then what we're going to do here, basic kitchen. We'll put that there. And you know what? And I'm just doing some quick stuff here. So I'm just going to set myself up to get the place open. So let me see here. We're going to need a fence to contain our prisoners. And we're just doing like a medium security, low security facility here. So I'm not especially worried about it. Okay, so let that all go. And we're going to go from there. All right, guys. So I've just fast forwarded the game a bit. And what we're going to do here, see here, holding cell requires a minimum of a toilet and a bench. So then I'll just go ahead and put that in there. And you know what? And I'm just not really going to make it super decorative, but I just kind of want to get the place up and running enough so you can see the actual gameplay. And so, you know, you just kind of hunt around, right? And then we got to find a toilet. So there's Mr. Toilet. Now, you do have to connect Mr. Toilet to Mr. Water Supply, right? So what I'll have to do is run a small pipe on the same axis as the toilet. And so is here, you can see that I've completed the shower, the yard. I got the shower and the yard yet to do, but then I've built the kitchen. I've hired the guards. And, you know, so the guards are there. The next thing I would probably do is build a reception area. I will add a shower. So for example, what I can do next here is I'll take the materials and I'll put this here, right? And then because my prisoners are just generally assholes, right, because they are, what we're going to do is go ahead and put a door. And we'll put the door in there, right? Now, because this is just a blank area, the next thing I've got to do is go into my rooms file here, and then I've got to find Mr. Shower, right? So you kind of scroll around here till we find the shower room, which is right here. And then we have to do that, right? Now the shower says here, you got a little orange, we need some shower heads, right? So the next thing we do is we go ahead and we put in some shower heads. Oh, and look, I've already received some prisoners, right? So what we're going to do is go ahead and zoom in a little bit. We're going to put some shower heads in because why? They're difficult. Oh, and don't forget, you got to have the drains, right? So the next thing we're going to have is some drains. So that way the prisoners can shower. And then you got the little water flashy dealy. So the next thing I've got to do is I got to run a water pipe. Now, because I want to have decent water, I'm going to go ahead and run a main line. And then I'm going to go ahead and run that, and then run that. So that way everybody's connected. So the next thing I got to do is the next thing you probably want to do is you're going to have to set up guards. Now I'm just going to go ahead and slow this down to normal speed. So you can see here that I've created a basic prison pretty quickly, and I've got it going, got guards. You can support, once things get moved along, you get research, you can get deployment, right? So you can say, all right, I want to keep my guards in a certain spot. So then you can deploy them and physically post guards there, right? Because my guards are just kind of running around doing whatever they want right now. So anyways, so I hope you enjoy this game, guys. This is a lot of fun. I played it for many, many years. I did enjoy the game. It has some real complexity as far as the AI goes, but it does use a butt ton of power on your mobile devices. Just, I tell you to have it plugged in if you're going to run it. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining Suspicious Pickle Gaming, and I hope everybody has a great day. Talk to you later.